Bane's Travian Let's Play, Episode 4. By the way, that first settler is on train a lot earlier than we first predicted, 2 AM. It's only 12:47 AM, so we're way ahead of schedule at the moment. So I fell asleep a little earlier. It's 2:18 AM now. I just sent a raid to Oasis with a settler. This is the golden tactic. There are animals there. We're going to time a hero to land before it with cages, and we're going to take all the animals from the Oasis and get a full bounty with our settler, which carries 3,000 resources, and we will be laughing. Stay tuned. Watching the time closely so we don't miss it. Still watching closely. Do a bit of a lag test here to see our lag. Clicked it on 39 and it arrives on 40, so we've only got a 1 second delay, which is good. Make sure it's the same Oasis. 33.24, 33.24. Closing in now. Coming up to the launch time now. I'm going to click it a few seconds early, just so we don't cut it too close. At 05 we're going to click it. I click it, and there we go. We've got 7 seconds for animals to spawn, which it clearly won't. We make sure we've got our cages equipped, so we take all the animals so our settler does not die. And I might actually go have a snooze now and be back soon. So it didn't actually go to sleep. We waited. Animals caught. Full bounty. 3,100 resources. Gotta love settler raiding. Absolutely love this tactic. When that gets there, we'll only need another 9,000 more. Pretty much an entire hour's production in one raid. Gotta make the most of those settlers, man. Okay, so it's morning now. We're up. We've done a few settler raids in bed via the phone, and we got some nice bounties off them. So let's go over them. We've got the one from last night that we recorded. We've got 2 more after that. We've got a really nice bounties of 3,000 here. And our second one, we used 2 settlers for that one, and I think we took about 4,000 resources. Yeah, about 4,000. Okay, so we've done another raid here. We've cleaned the Oasis with our hero. And we've got another 3,000 raid from the Oasis, which is really good. We need about 2,000 resources, so that will put us over it. Okay, so now that we've got enough resources for our last settler, we can use our hero to do adventures. And all we have to do is wait for our settler to get home to put him on train. Okay, so we've put our last settler on train now, which is awesome, and that'll bring us up to a count of 3 now, which is fantastic. It's taken us about 44 hours to do that. So we have our settlers away, founding our new village. It's 150% 15 cropper. Took us 44 hours to get it away. We're not going to take the train settlers' resources. Okay, so now we're upgrading our marketplace so we can transfer resources. Our last 3 adventures were ointment, silver and resources, which is not too bad. Probably you want to get your market to around 8 to 10 so you can transfer resources pretty quickly between villages. So we're back, and there's been 3 people who have settled the second village so far. Butcher, Jay Statham and Joel Walker. Statham and Butcher took 150 percenters, and Jole took 125 percenter, which is pretty good. So we're right up in the top in terms of settling, because these guys all settled very, very, very close to their spawns. And I'm sorry if you hear my bird in the background. He likes talking. So yeah, we're going really, really well. Jole was actually the first to settle, and then Statham after him, and Butcher just settled in the last 30 minutes or so. So we've had our settlers out for quite a while. There's only 7.5 hours left on them now. So we are right up the top of the server at the moment in terms of new village. Look how much he's raided, and he didn't even beat us to getting 3 settlers. So we're doing really well, because this guide is really heavily focused on getting that cropper and getting it bursting as soon as possible, and we've done really well so far. I've just been upgrading the resource tiles, getting them to a respectable level now, and I've been upgrading the market as well. We've had no more adventures since those last 3 ones, and our market's at level 8 now. We'll probably look to extend that to 10, perhaps even 12. But yeah, we're doing really, really well. Still no one else in this alliance has actually sent their settlers yet. I believe that Cade Shadow actually has 1 settler, but I'm not too sure. And the rest of them are close to about 8 hours away from actually completing their settlers. So we are doing really well. Another adventure landed. We got some resources, not too bad. We got a hero level as well. So we're just going to chuck another 1 on fighting strength and then 3 on resources. And we have a fairly nice production now, and we're over halfway to our village. And still not been settled yet, which is great. 150%er. And our market's going to 10 at the moment. And now what we're going to do is we're going to save up resources for when our settlers land. So we have plenty to fund our new village on. Okay, we're going to start bursting croplands now. We've got a decent granary and warehouse. We're also going to take a reward here, 200 of each resource, which is fantastic in our new village. And we're just going to burst our croplands up. And bursting croplands is going to become monotonous over the next week or so, because that's all we're going to be doing. Also going to send some resources up from the spawn village now. Takes almost 3 hours to get there, unfortunately. And I've renamed my villages now, and we have a second one. I'm actually going to NPC trade and burst croplands. Do our adventure too. Croplands are slowly going up, which is good. Getting a nice production already. We plan to be online at the time of arrival, so I'm going to actually send some more merchants now. So yeah, I don't know if I mentioned, I don't actually play with a duel on my accounts. I do not like having a duel. I barely like having a sitter, I only have the ones that are, not only added him today. But yeah, I really don't like citizen duels, as I like doing everything my way. But yeah, slowly getting these croplands up. Okay, well now I've got all level 1 croplands. We're not going to waste the gold to NPC this down. We've got a lot of resources coming in over the next 2.5 hours. So that'll be good when those are